Yo, you will not believe this video. In Russia, look at the lowest paid people.
Who is getting the least amount of money in Russia. So if these people chose this career path, it means that they're mostly working for the idea and they're not pursuing the money. And number one is teachers. Teachers are getting paid the lowest in a whole country. Those people are true warriors for the good of this world. Because if you chose to be a teacher, you will get $200 to $300 a month, which is barely enough to supply yourself with housing and groceries. That's pretty much it. This job is considered very prestige, however, no financial benefits standing behind it at all. I know in the United States it's also not the greatest pay, however, a teacher can afford an apartment, a car, healthcare, pretty much normal life, maybe not wealthy life, but pretty decent. Where in Russia, it's pretty sad. Therefore, it is normal in Russia to give your teacher a nice gift. Parents' committee usually buying for their teachers some expensive gift in the beginning of the year. The only way for a teacher to make extra money is to give tutorials or extra hour classes. So if you're like a biology teacher or like painting, I don't even know how they make it. Number two, doctors. Doctor's salary is about the same as teacher's salary. Of course, if you're not a plastic surgery doctor, but a regular family doctor, you are a nurse or working in the emergency room, $200 to $300 is the salary. Of course, there might be some ways to make extra money, but it's still nothing near wealth. So in Russia, when they're choosing medicine, it means that they're working for the idea to help people make this world better. I'd say unlike in the United States. I personally have great experience with doctors in the United States. Don't get me wrong, but motivation for a lot of people will be financial wealth. Prove me if I'm wrong. Or maybe a mixture of motivations. Help people and be financially good. But in Russia, mostly doctors are people that are seeking some greater meaning for their lives. And number three is police officers and government workers. It is a pretty stable job, but very difficult jobs. Same as here in the US. However, very low pay grade. Again, when you say low pay grade in the United States, it still means that you will be afford your living. In Russia, you probably cannot afford your own living. That explains a lot of corruption. Nowadays, government is trying to fix it, I guess, and there's a lot of government programs. However, it is very hard to fix the whole system. Oh, number four are scientists. There's so many Russian scientists in the United States. I mean, like, so many. Guess why? Because they're also underpaid. Hope I'm not gonna be followed by Russian FBI, but it...
So you mean to tell me the lowest paid people there are teachers, which here, okay, doctors and government officials? Don't you think this little ass backwards here?